Well, hello everybody. I was debating whether to do a video. I got out here first thing this morning when it was freezing cold, and I uncovered everything, and it was so cold. It was still only like 36 degrees, but I wanted to get stuff uncovered, so it had time to like dry before the sun came out, because it's only going to be like 56 all day today. But the sun is bright, and I didn't want the sun to get too hot in my totes and burn my plants up. But you can see my celery is doing okay right there. It's in the shade partly. You can't see it too good. Let's see. There it is. It's in the shade right now. There it goes. Some of my flowers have come up and they're doing fine. Some of the other flowers, it kind of wilted down. And my cabbage out here looks like it's doing okay. Starting to grow. Look at that. This looks like it's got, let's see, at least five shoots coming out of that little stalk. So we may get 5 plants out of it. I got another one in the house, but it hasn't really put out roots yet. And my plants here, I didn't even cover these last night, and those little flower sprouts have done fine. I was afraid it was going to kill them because they were so small, but they made it all right. And then my last little rose, the last little rose bush right there that I put out the other day, that's the last one. You know, I've still got one in the pot over there. But that was the last one I actually put out in the yard. Well, these rose bushes are fine. The cold did not hurt them. I went ahead and harvested some of the leaves off of that. There's a little buddy. I was wondering where you was this morning. Yeah, come over here. I'll give you some treats. Come here. Get this down. Come here. Come on. I'm gotten to the last of the bag of treats right here. I mean, it's getting down to nothing in there. He loves them things. He says, I like those salmon treats. And I went to the store yesterday and I forgot to get more, but I do need to get him some more. He loves them salmon treats. Well, get off the rock. That's where I was going to put them. He loves those salmon treats. You just inhale them. I'm going to have to get you some food or something. And see, I covered all these up like I did the first time with the buckets. I did break part of the tops off of them and harvested some of them, but you can see they survived. That survived real good, even though I really gave it a haircut with cutting the leaves off of it. My leeks I didn't even cover up. They're like onions. You don't have to cover them in the coal. Yeah, I put all these together, these pots, so I could cover them up together. And I'll probably leave them there for right now. Yeah, I come out here first thing this morning. It was still only like 32 degrees. Now, I didn't cover these potatoes, and you can see where it did affect a couple of the leaves, but for the most part, they're okay. And those are too. I did put the tote lids on my little pots here that I had seeds in. So it didn't hurt them at all. Hasn't hurt. Well, none of this has come up yet, except right there I've got, I don't even remember what that is. Let me see. That's Tiny Tim tomato plants. That 2 of them have popped up from the seeds. But they did all right. I covered them up. And you can see the leeks here did fine. They didn't mind that coal. I covered my peas up and they're fine. That was a treat. You should have seen the way I had it covered. I put one big piece of cardboard on the top, one hanging down the side, and had to actually put holes in the cardboard and tie it together. But they fared okay. And my little marigolds, they're okay. I set them inside here. But my cilantro, and I've got to pretty soon probably transplant that somewhere. My little yellow squash. I got two yellow squash plants come up in there so far. And my strawberries, I don't know. I don't know how long it takes strawberries to come up. I think that was the strawberry tree seed that I had ordered, so I don't know about it. You know, I've never had planted strawberries or a strawberry tree from seed before. And there goes my lettuce. All of those are trying to come up. My kohlrabi. And my little tomato plants that I've repotted. Some of them sitting there. They need more water, but like I said, I'm not going to keep quite as much water on them now as I did. And there's some of them down there. One of them there, the biggest one. And I got one in that cup and one right there. Several of them in those cups. They're real tiny, so, you know, they still got quite a bit of growing to do before I can put them in the yard. Some of these plants may even be bigger than mine, probably. And I had these out. I just put the lids down on them and fastened them, and they seem fine. I raised the lids today to where it could get some air in there. Because if it gets too hot in there and then it builds up a steam, it will actually cook your plants, and you don't want that to happen. And there. Little buddy, you're getting in my way. And I covered up my my Brussels sprouts last night. They might have been fine, but I'm glad I did, because when I come out this morning, there was a heavy, icy frost on all the grass. So I was so glad I went ahead and covered everything up last night. See, I covered all this up, but my cabbages are fine, my beets are fine, my carrots. So I got that center bucket full of carrots, and I got this one full of carrots. My beets seem to be doing fine. I may need to put water to them, because since it's been warming up, you know, we haven't gotten any rain to amount to nothing. The last time it rained, it just enough to get the ground just barely wet. So, wasn't really wet at all. Yeah, I thought about harvesting these before I covered them up, but then I said, no, I'm going to leave them, because I wasn't ready to eat them. And when I harvest them, I like to take them in the house and cook them right then. But my potatoes, they made it okay, and my little tree collards made it okay. They're getting big enough, and I probably don't need to keep the dome's covers on them, but I do for right now, because I don't want any worms getting on them to eat my leaves and kill my plants before they have time to get big enough to really fend for themselves, you know. Yeah, I come out here bright and early. It was like 7:30 or so this morning, 8 o'clock, somewhere along in there, and it was still like 34 degrees. But I said it's going to be warming up, and I need to open that stuff and let it air out and get the moisture off of it before it gets hot, because I didn't want it to cook my plants. So I came out here and got all that uncovered and all the stuff put away. And by the time I went in the house, I was so cold. I was cold down to my bones that I couldn't get warm. So finally I turned my electric blanket on about 11 o'clock, crawled in the bed just to get warm, and it took me still forever to get warm even then. I'll give you a few more if you'll back up. If you'll back up and get away from the camera. I don't have the big tripod out here this morning. Here. Come on over here. Cat. Come on over here, kitty. Come on. Move. I got to get the bag open. And I just slipped my boots on to come out here to do this short video. The next one I do, it'll be a longer one maybe. There you go. Put your butt not in front of the camera. Don't want everybody having to look at your butt. I mean, everybody doesn't want to see your butt. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 47 tonight, so I'm not going to have to worry about covering anything up tonight. I'll have to close the lids and then close the greenhouse door, but other than that, oh, even my little tomatoes that came up voluntarily out here where I grew the tomatoes last year, they survived. I turned a little pot upside down over the top of them. See there? I think there's three tomato seeds so far that's come up right there. Keep the leaves off of it. That's the only thing about planting stuff under the trees. You can't keep the leaves out, which is okay after the plants get up some size. See, here's one of the tomatoes that I just threw back in there last year. Push some of that down in the dirt and maybe it'll, because it was just laying on top of the ground. Maybe some of those seeds will come up and I'll just transplant some of them as they get bigger. Oak trees, as usual, in my blueberry pot. But my blueberry bush wasn't covered. It's okay. I don't see any volunteers coming up. There's some things coming up, but I think they're oak trees. I have to wait till they get their second leaves on to be able to tell if it's an oak tree or a pepper plant or something like that. Oops, I know that's an oak tree. Not sure about that one. Right there. So I'll leave it. Because some of them may accidentally, I know it's not a tomato, but it may be a pepper. And see, I still have that. I need to find a place in the ground to go ahead and get it out of the pot. But I stuck it there just to have it in a plate, a pot bigger than what it was in, until I could find a place in the yard to put it. Because like I said, I could not dig a hole that really satisfied me to put it over there on the property line. There was just too many boulders and rocks. I'm going to go over there and give it some little bit of water while I'm out here. Because if I don't, I'll forget. I mean, it'll grow okay in this pot for a long time. I mean, I've got that rose bush there in that big black pot. But once it outgrows that pot, I'm not sure what I'll do with it. We need a little bit more rain. Hopefully we'll get some coming up. But just wanted to give you an update on everything. That peppermint, it was out. And, some of the leaves kind of curled, but I think that was just the way they were before. I don't think the cold actually hurt them at all. And I got green onion in that little pot, but none of it's come up yet. And I still don't know if that is the potatoes coming up. I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking that is the potatoes coming up in my bag here. And I got several of them coming up over there. So I'm thinking that might be the red potatoes. I need to get some more of those bags out. And, just set them on the ground if I can't dig anywhere. And the roots will find their way into the dirt of some of my garden stuff, because that's just temporary. And I'm going to get these bags out here planted. I think with maybe cucumber. I've got 3 spaces for vine plants. So it'll be either cucumbers, squash. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't have any of the climbing tomatoes yet big enough to plant out here. But it's a good spot. The squash and zucchini grow great back here. And cucumbers do too if it doesn't get 110 degree temperatures. So, we'll see. I didn't want to keep you on here all day. Just wanted to give you an update and let you know why I haven't put out a really lengthy video today. But look at those green onions. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'll be pulling them out and separating them before much longer. And the white onions are still struggling. I mean, they're growing. Just like that one right there. But they're growing pretty slow. But I guess it's the difference in the onion. So we'll just wait and see. I want to get another red onion to plant like that one because it grew so fast. Yes, little buddy, I know. Yeah, I know. Cat's life is so hard, isn't it? Huh? Cat's life is so hard, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, cat's life is so hard. He wants some more treats. He said, well, I'm a sweet kitty. Where's my treats? I've already given you treats. I've already given you treats. I got maybe enough treats for one more time. And I got to go to the store and get you some. Yeah, I got enough treats for maybe one more time. He keeps following me. He keeps following me. He says, where's my treats? I want more treats. You're going to make me dizzy. Quit. You're going to make me dizzy. He says, well, I'm standing here. Where's my petting and my rubbing and my loving? Yeah. He loves that. Yeah, he loves that. Well, with that, I think I'm going to call this video an end and wish y'all a blessed day. Oh, and I'm up past 800 subscribers so far. I've just got a couple of hundred more. Not even a couple of hundred, because I got to get to 1,000. I think I had 844 subscribers the last time I looked this morning. So I feel the love, y'all. Keep up the good work. Keep watching my videos. Keep sharing my videos. Y'all have a blessed day. Like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye now.